So an article from Politico on Wednesday, July 10th reads, Biden support slips in deep blue New York. And some commentators are running with this to suggest that New York is going to be a red state. It could be a swing state. There's a chance that it'll go red. And let's take a deeper look into this article and see if that's really the case or if people are just kind of panicking. President Joe Biden has a new problem, a competitive race in deep blue New York. Elected officials, union leaders, and political consultants are panicking over polls showing a steady erosion of Biden's support in a state he won by 23 points 4 years ago. So 23 points, so that's a big deal, obviously. That means that if Republicans actually wanted to win the state, if Trump actually wanted to win the state, he would still be super far behind. He'd need to make a major comeback. It would need to be a devastating election for President Biden for Trump to win New York. So for context, in 2022, Governor Kathy Hochul was running for governor for re-election. She was challenged by Lee Zeldin, and Lee Zeldin did come closer than most gubernatorial candidates of the Republican Party in the last 20 years or so, but he still lost. That said, the Republicans did do pretty well, for Republicans at least, in the state of New York, in their House elections in New York. So maybe the writing's on the wall, maybe it's not. I tend to think that it's not, but let's keep going. They're so worried. They've been trying to convince the Biden team to pour resources into New York to shore up his campaign and boost Democrats in a half dozen swing districts that could determine control of the House. So here there's some fear about the House. Is the House going to lose some members that are traditionally Democratic to Republicans? Maybe. So Democratic Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine said, I truly believe we're at a battleground state right now. So yeah, there's a lot of this fear that Biden is going to drag the Democrats down with him at the top of the ticket because of concern about his cognitive abilities, concern about his recent debate performance. So I could see this harming Democrats in the context of the congressional elections, but I just don't think that it's going to swing in favor of Trump at the presidential election level. You may have some people who vote third party at the presidential election level, but continue to vote Democratic, or maybe people who vote Biden, vote Republican in the House elections. Ticket splitting happens. So support for Biden among New York Democrats behind closed doors is flagging. Representatives Jerry Nadler and Joe Morell in a conference call with fellow Democrats backed a change at the top of the ticket. A weak Biden would spell trouble for down-ballot Democrats running in battleground districts in the Hudson Valley area and on Long Island, particularly those who rely on increased turnout generated during a presidential election year. So yeah, that's kind of getting more at the thing about Biden doesn't have a super strong performance in the rest of the debate. He doesn't win over voters to go out and vote for him, so they won't show up and vote for the Democrats too. Obviously, the presidential candidate does affect turnout, and that can affect the down-ballot races. It's something called coattails, where Ronald Reagan had really strong coattails, and people voted Republican in elections because of him being at the top of the ticket. Same with FDR, same with Barack Obama in 2008. But yeah, I think that this is kind of like the whole scare that the Republicans had in 2020 about Texas going blue. Now, Biden obviously did pretty well in 2020, but Texas did not go blue. Texas was red, and you could argue that there was some writing on the wall when Beto O'Rourke mounted a pretty strong challenge against Senator Ted Cruz. But yeah, I don't think it was going to ever go blue. Texas is pretty firmly red, and similarly, I think that New York is pretty firmly blue. I don't think that Democrats need to worry about President Biden losing in New York of all places. But those are just my thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Obviously, for the Democrats, it's better safe than sorry, so maybe President Biden should pour some resources into New York. Who knows? But yeah, let me know if you think that New York is at risk of going red in this election. Let me know if you think that it's unnecessary panic. And if you found this video interesting, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.